a hypothetical before we get started. If Justin Trudeau went missing or anything like that, would anybody really care? But anyways, Trudeau moves forward with fertilizer reduction climate policy. Yeah, no. You know what's happening over in Europe right now? Okay, all of those farmers protesting? Well, I guess it's been, 5 months at this point before there's been wide-scale protests in Canada. Yep, they're here once again because this smiling fucking dork decided to hop on the World Economic Forum bandwagon now, didn't he? Who asked for it? Nobody. Who's implementing it? The guy who's in charge. Oh, but he's so nice and he has a great smile. Oh, wonderful. Oh, okay. Trudeau had decided to move forward with his cap on nitrogen emissions. Why? Why did this become a thing? What's the science? Where are the empirical studies on this one? Why do the experts say we need to put a cap on nitrogen? Fucking why? Why? I don't know. I try to look for the science. I try to look for the backing on this stuff. And it makes no fucking sense. And staring at this fucking goofball really pisses me off. So we're just going to go ahead and try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Trudeau has decided to move forward with this cap on nitrogen emissions by reducing fertilizer, even as a provincial agriculture ministers beg him to stop. Okay, so he met with them. I knew that he met with them. I was just wondering if they were going along with this or if they were like, no, this is legitimately going to get fucking rid of so many farms that are out there. And he's like, I know, that's the goal. It's like, why? Because we hate everybody and we want to buy up all of the land that's not going to be used for pennies on the dollar. And as the government of Saskatchewan, as a news release, both the Alberta and Saskatchewan ministers of agriculture have expressed profound disappointment in Trudeau's decision to attempt to reduce nitrogen emission from fertilizer. Okay, cool. If you guys profoundly disagree with it, don't abide by his implementation. Okay. And Alberta and Saskatchewan, those are the only two provinces that are making any fucking money, okay? You don't have to agree with anything, okay, that is decided on in this country from the left-hand side, okay? But because you're supposed to be, and to borrow a phrase from the good folks down south, this is supposed to be a government by the people, for the people. I know it's a derivative of the Greeks and all that shit, but still, okay? We have a representative government, okay? We have a House of Representatives, both at the legislature and then in Ottawa. But again, they haven't been in touch with the pulse of the West specifically since about, 2015. Just an arbitrary time on the calendar, but we're really concerned with this arbitrary goal. Saskatchewan Minister of Agriculture David Merritt said the Trudeau government has apparently moved on from their attack on the oil and gas industry and set its sight on Saskatchewan farmers. Yeah, no, okay. First, the oil and gas industry. Why? Reasons. And then farmers? Like, you need food, fucker. Okay? No, we'll just import it from third world countries. Okay? And why? Because there's a lot of, in case you guys are unaware, Canada's a big fucking place. We don't have a lot of people, and I'd like to keep it that way. Okay? But then again, I'm looking and plotting my fucking escape from this communist hellhole. But we have a lot of fucking open land, and we have a lot of farms, especially where I'm up at. Okay? I just drive 20 minutes in any direction, all I see is just open fucking field. Canola field, wheat field, okay. Some agriculture, some livestock as well. Like it's everything, okay? It's in the north, south, east, and west. It's outside of Grand Prairie, it's the biggest, it's the last large city before you head into the Arctic Circle, okay? Really doesn't make any sense, okay? There's just so much open land. It's prime farmland, prime lease land, but no, we don't like that. What are you going to replace it with? Yeah, we don't like that. I see. This has been the most expensive crop anyone has put in, following a very, very difficult year on the prairies. Alberta Agriculture Minister Nate Horner said, the world is looking for Canada to increase production and to be a solution to global food shortages. Yeah, no, exactly. You know why a lot of that food is made in Russia? Because they have a lot of fucking land, okay? Look at my previous explanation of why Canada can have so much farmland as proof of the concept there, okay? We're a lot more alike than we are dissimilar, okay? And if you run back the clock a little bit, even the governmental setup is pretty similar. Anyways, previously reported by the Counter Signal, in December of 2020, the Trudeau government unveiled their new climate plan with a focus on reducing nitrous oxide emissions from fertilizer by 30% below 2020 levels by 2030. What does that even mean? Okay, the plan is now coming into effect through the government, although the government refuses to acknowledge that nitrous oxide emissions can be reduced without reducing fertilizer use. And why is it so terrible to begin with? I don't even get it. Fertilizer plays a major role in the agriculture sector's success and have contributed to record harvests in the past decade. They have helped drive increases in Canadian crop yields, grain sales, and exports. A news release from Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada reads, however, nitrous oxide emissions, particularly those associated with synthetic nitrogen fertilizer, use has also grown significantly. That is why Government of Canada, TM, has set the National Fertilizer Emission Reduction Target, which is part of the commitment to reduce a total GHG, emissions in Canada by 40 to 50% by 2030. Okay, and again, that whole date of 2030, and it's like, seems to be popping up in a bunch of different places. And I'm just trying to see, okay, the most good faith interpretation, because I don't want to say that it's total malevolence, but you know what, hey, we'll just go ahead and check with the kid with the fucking scissors, okay? And start to stack everything up on top of one another to just really prove that maybe it's not ignorance at this point, maybe it is just malevolence. This is the tactic admission, that any attempt to lower emissions by reducing nitrogen fertilizer will consequently lower crop yields over the next decade, hurting the agriculture sector and, more importantly, hurting farmers. Then, indeed, according to a report from Fertilizer Canada, that's a thing, okay, total emission reduction puts a cap on total emissions allowable from fertilizer to at 30% below 2020 yields, as a yield of Canadian crops is directly linked to proper fertilizer application. This creates a ceiling for Canadian agricultural productivity well below 2020 levels. Oh great, how wonderful. It is estimated that 30% absolute emission reduction from a farmer with 1,000 acres of canola and 1,000 acres of wheat stands to have their profits reduced by approximately $38,000 to $40,000 annually. And these guys are already operating at slim margins and then also being subsidized by the government. So what are we looking at? A much larger government state. Really, that's at the end of the day, that's all this is. This is the government coming in. Nope, we need to put in these arbitrary caps. Why? Because we have to. So what's going to end up happening? Larger lands with more inefficient crops. That's all that this means, okay? In 2020, Western Canadian farmers planted approximately 20.8 million acres of canola. Using their values cumulatively, farm revenues from canola could be reduced by $396 million to $444 million on an annual basis. Wheat farmers could experience a reduction of $400 million proper. Moreover, Fertilizer Canada doesn't believe that forcibly decreasing fertilizer use will even lower greenhouse gas. Really? Okay, we're not even sure, but we're gonna do it. Why? Because we want to. See, that's what this is, okay? I'm just wondering, okay? Like, is there anything that's outside of just your Al Gore fear-mongering where there's not gonna be any ice left in the Arctic by 2020? 2022, 2023, 2024, there won't be any snow left on the mountains of Kilimanjaro by 2002, 2008, you get what I mean? Okay, because there's numbers and studies and sources and evidence and experts out there that can prove either side of this shit, okay? But is this something we should be concerning ourselves with at this point, okay? And that's just what I'm asking, okay? Because if this is necessary, still don't like it. Still don't like government interference, okay? But if this is going to prevent, and again, all this climate change shit is fucking garbage in my opinion anyways, but you take a look at what else the Trudeau government is concerned about instead of fixing the inflation which just came out, and guess what? Magically mirrors that of the United States at 9.1%. I'm sure that's real and honest, a representation of the real inflation that's out there. I'm sure there's nothing coincidental about that report either, but Trudeau government says non-whites who are perceived as white are guilty of white privilege. This is what the government is concerned about. Some fucking non-existent climate crisis. And if you pass as white, you have white privilege. Get fucked, you cunts. Yeah, like I said at the outset, we're going to be having more protests. More protests to be Potentially forcibly shut down by the all too willing and all too cucked RCMP. Potentially. Will the army get involved this time? That'll add a nice little crinkle. I'm not saying don't go do this. I'm just saying, is it really making a difference if nobody paying attention? Okay, because you got all of those government officials just going, yay, good, you go do it. Woo, yeah, awesome. Make sure you vote conservative next time. I don't know why I fucking forgot the name, but they'll pay lip service. Okay, that's what you see everybody. Okay, at least they'll high profile candidates out there, and that's what they're, championing. Oh, we got our voice, we got our finger on the pulse of the Canadian people. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna represent them properly, not like Aaron O'Toole, not like Adam Scheer, not like the rest of the fucking losers. Okay, country died with Stephen Harper. I'm just gonna go out there and fucking say it. Fuck everybody else at this point. But as you can see right now, the fact that this is even still a viable poll question just goes to show you the temperament and the ideology that persists in just about every fucking Canadian. I am such a goddamn outlier when it comes to the general thoughts and opinions of your average fucking Canadian, okay? Fact is, I'm gonna speak my mind on everything I think about, okay? Whatever I want to make a video on, you better well fucking believe that I've thought about it pretty thoroughly. And looking at the current state of Canada, I'm starting to realize that there's no turning back, at least within my lifetime when it comes to this place. Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead and have Pierre Poilievre, or whatever the fuck his name is, bring in his Conservative Party, who again didn't meet with any of the Freedom Convoy protesters, who all too willingly dropped the hammer on all of those fucking mask mandates, which are still overwhelmingly popular, okay? At least the majority popular, okay, which is fucking retarded, okay? Ugh. Canada is not completely out of the woods when it comes to the coof, with new variants causing a surge in cases. So, who cares? Who fucking cares? A new poll shows, however, that Canadians have had enough of government-enforced precautions. Oh, really? Namely, mask mandates and vaccine passports. That's actually not the case, but nice editorializing, okay? Again, you're wrong. You had 2 fucking paragraphs, and you were wrong in both of them. The poll, conducted by Angus Reid and published on Wednesday, last Wednesday or some shit like that, I think, found that only 25% of Canadians support vaccine passports in their province. Could you imagine thinking, okay, that any of that shit's working at this point? Take a look at any of the evidence that's coming out. Listen to all of the quote-unquote experts who said that vaccines were going to be the greatest thing to have ever happened to humankind. Now make such admissions that, yeah, no, they were never supposed to work the way that we told you they were going to work to begin with, okay? Just imagine just mindlessly listening and believing to all of the experts that are out there. Oh, I just want to cave in all of their fucking heads, not with a golf club, but with my bare hands. I'm just that fucking livid at this point. Anyways, but that's down 70% in when it was last polled. Okay. Oh, down from 70%. 70% of fucking Canadians in September of 2021 thought that vaccine passports were the way to go. Listen, I took the jab. Everybody else has to. That's all this is. That's all this is. Seeing the tall grass that's out there, the people that stick out from the crowd, and then just wanting them scythed down so it's just a nice, smooth appearance where everybody is equal. Everybody is equally miserable and compliant. Get fucked. Support for provincial mask mandates, and this is where I've lost all faith in Canada, okay, also fell to 51%. A majority of people surveyed still support provincial mask mandates. I don't even know what to say, really. Down 35%. So it was in November of 2021, after we already known for, over a year at that point, the efficacy of your standard mask, or 2 masks, or 9 masks, all the masks. Just wrap a shopping bag around your head and fucking pull the string. But 86% of people supported it, okay, in November of 2021, and here we are in the end of fucking July of 2022, and 51% of polled people responded in the affirmative that mask mandates at a provincial level are a good fucking idea. I hate this place. I hate it a lot. I want it all firebombed. Okay, you know what? Hey, just get rid of you know what? You want to get rid of all the fertilizer. That's great. Take that 30% that the farmers aren't going to be allowed to use and mix it with some diesel and really fuck some shit up, okay? Because again, it's going to be nice that, yeah, no, there's another motorcade running up, okay? Canadian convoys hit the road in solidarity with Dutch farmers and now with their own, very much so, okay? And they're happening, they're popping off all over the province of Ontario, it looks like, okay? Because there's ones that are there. I think I've seen some trucks rolling from Calgary going up to the legislature in Edmonton, which is great, I guess, but still, what the fuck are they going to do? They're going to get there, they're going to wave their flags, and hopefully there's one that kind of looks like that. Please be of age, because that would be fucking awful. But yeah, man, no, they all get decked out in their Canadian regalia, wearing the banner of a country that could give less of a fuck if you live or die, okay? They would just prefer that you continue to keep paying taxes and not really say anything. Like anybody, okay? Anybody who has to have that many causes on their shitty little Suzuki, I think that's what that is somebody who has way too much fucking time on their hands. Let's be completely honest, and let's take a look and let's try to dissect that picture as best we can. Okay, obviously, I stand for Canada, the United States, natives' rights, fight for freedom, struggling for human rights. Which rights are devoid from natives? Okay, they get paid a stipend, they get a free place to live on reserves, which are a really nice place to live anyways, okay, and that's something that Trudeau's not really championing as his own pet project right now. He's too busy saying that, yeah, what was it? Run it back once again, okay? Oh yes, non-whites are just as guilty of white privilege, okay, so if you're like a quarter Métis or something like that, if you're like me, okay, I definitely have all the white privilege, whatever the fuck that means, okay? So yeah, you want natives' rights. Cool. I'm pretty sure they have all of them anyways. Okay, actually, I'm damn sure that they do. Women's rights in Canada, they have every upper hand in every conceivable realm of human endeavor, okay? So I don't know what you're fighting for at this point, but just, you got enough other things on there as well. Mainstream media lies. Good slogan, okay? These are just empty, vapid people, okay? And again, the fact that they're going out there and doing something about this, okay, or at least showing that they have enthusiasm, it's better than nothing, but it's accomplishing the same amount. I'm not saying we need to take this a step further, okay? There's just got to be a happy medium between the two if we're being completely honest, because we seen this type of excitement, okay, and then we seen the swift knocking down of any sort of resistance that was out there, and then yeah, silent admissions that, yeah, the Emergencies Act wasn't really needed a couple of months later, okay? It'll just happen exactly the fucking same way, okay? So to be fair, I'll just keep it a buck on this one. Need to leave Canada. That's all there is to it. Leave it a fucking empty space, okay? They can have their own empire of dirt and then just run it right into the fucking ground with nobody else to do anything for it. And you know what? The smiling, happy, closeted homosexual can go ahead and reign all over his empty fucking country, because congratulations, it only took you 7 years and you killed this fucking country, you hunk of shit. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your God and get after it. Take care, everyone.